Here we are, the penultimate episode of Location. This has been a fun experience making these videos. Even the episodes where I come up short with fun answers. It definitely made me realize how many floating platform stages we have in Smash and how easy it is to go that route. But why am I talking like it's ending? We still have one more after this, so let's enjoy it while it's here. Welcome to Location, the series where we discuss the stage possibilities of various video game characters if they made it into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you haven't seen any of the other 8 episodes in this series, be sure to check out the earlier ones in the playlist to know the guidelines. And let's get on to the batch of characters. After completing Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition earlier this year, I definitely have much more of an appreciation for the series. And I plan to play 2 at some point because of how much I like the original, and also now count me in as someone who supports X getting ported to the Switch. So sadly, Rex is going to be one of those characters in this series where the stage suggestion purely comes from trailers and what little I know of the game. Watching this series, you can definitely tell what games I did and did not personally play by how much detail I go in with stage ideas. I would have to assume Rex's stage would be on his home of Allrest, though I would assume it would be a much more specific area, much like how Gower Plains was. After some sleuthing around, I think the World Tree location would make for an interesting stage due to its importance to the story. Maybe the stage could rise up the World Tree and enemies could follow suit, much like Metalface did on the Gower Plains stage. Maybe I'll return to this idea once I play the game myself. Even though I haven't played any of the games myself, the stage for the Chorus Kids or Karate Joe or any of the Rhythm Heaven characters pretty much writes itself. A stage much like WarioWare where at random you'll have to partake in some kind of minigame, and if you do the minigame correctly, you will get a buff of some sort, and if you fail, you get punished. Just imagine a cross between PictoChat and WarioWare in terms of design. This way, even though if the Chorus Kids were the fighter, you can have cameos by all the fan-favorite Rhythm Heaven characters by having them be a part of the minigames, much like the actual Rhythm Heaven games themselves. Just think of the chaos! With this big push of indie representation in Smash Bros. With Deluxe Mii costumes, and now Spirit's not deconfirming characters, Shantae just keeps getting more and more likely, which I'm all for. Any chance at adding Christina V to anything is a plus, honestly. And with her latest game hitting store shelves very recently, as well as many of her older games being ported to the Switch, as well as other consoles, she is more relevant than ever. A stage based on her latest outing in the game Shantae and the Seven Sirens seems very appropriate and on point for the Smash series, which makes this easy as in that game they visit a new location called Paradise Island, a remote tropical island resort. A tropical town stage with buildings to jump on, maybe something resembling the Mario Sunshine levels, would be appropriate but have the ocean seeable in the background. Maybe even just like in the game, Risky Boots could make an appearance with her ship to launch an attack on the players. Having a town-like stage with an ocean background could make for all kinds of appearances from the franchise. Bandanna Dee is one of my most wanted characters. Has been since like the Wii U and 3DS Smash days. Like many have said, the Kirby gang just feels incomplete without him, but I guess Sakurai thinks otherwise. He is without irony my most wanted first-party Nintendo character. I don't know, just the idea of smacking people around in Smash as this character just pleases me to no end. Plus we have yet to have a spear-wielding character. So since we have plenty of Kirby stages in Smash, it was a little hard to come up with one. But then, inspiration struck. One of Bandanna Dee's major appearances in the Kirby franchise was when he was awarded the Player 2 slot in Kirby and the Rainbow Curse on the Wii U. Hell, even if you loaded in Player 3 and 4, they were just palette swap Bandanna Dees. So I think it's safe to say the character was a big deal for this game. So a stage based on Rainbow Curse where everything looks like it's made of claymation, where a stylist could randomly draw new platforms that disappear after a while, could make a very interesting stage. Though I wouldn't want Bandanna Dee to have his look from Rainbow Curse where he's clay looking, just regular Bandanna Dee would do just fine. We definitely need more villains on the roster. Like how I mentioned that with Fulgore in the last video, and also weirdly enough this is another fighting game character. Nightmare is the face of the franchise. Though, I wouldn't be surprised if we did somehow get a Soul Calibur character, that it would be Yoshimitsu since he would dual represent both Tekken and Soul Calibur. But beyond that, Nightmare is easily one of the most recognizable characters of the franchise. You could easily double up and make Siegfried an Echo Fighter with some slightly altered moves, or even make him an alt costume if Echoes are not viable for DLC. If we wanted to go 1-for-1 with Nightmare, then clearly we would want to go with his home stage in Soul Calibur 6, that being this name right here that I'm not going to try to pronounce. But looking at that stage, there really isn't that much interesting to use as a Smash stage. So if we go the Min Min route and use another character stage, I would recommend the Shrine of Eurydice stage, as that has appeared in most Soul Calibur games from across the franchise. Plus it has a unique look that even most casual fans of the series would recognize it, as they would have most likely fought on it at some point. Plus it offers more options for some interesting Smash stage elements, like multiple levels and platforms, the statue possibly being destroyable, and maybe even work the fountain in there somehow. It would be pretty funny though that our character's evil incarnate and our stage would be this pretty much heavenly shrine. And there we go, episode 9 done, and only one left to go. I promised some big names for the final episode, so I hope I deliver on that. Who do you think I saved for the final episode? And regarding this episode, what did you think? What would you alter or change completely? Be sure to leave your comments down below, along with leaving a like and subscribing for the last episode of this series. Until then, see ya!